We have got Nobel Prize in chemistry. We have got it in physics and medicine. Medicine here means in health sector. So we have got three different Nobel Prizes. Okay. We have got three different Nobel Prizes. One is medicine. Okay. In medicine, it has been given for mRNA. Sorry, MicroRNA. MicroRNA. In case of physics, it has been given for machine learning. And artificial neural network. Artificial neural network. Okay. And then in case of chemistry, we have seen that it has been given for protein design. And prediction and new protein. In case of chemistry, it has been given for two things. Okay. For prediction of this and also for computational protein design for new protein. So Nobel Prize in chemistry, physics and medicine had been given to, it has been given for different things. From the UPSC perspective, the name is not that much important, but still we will see the name of the people also. But three important things are there. Nobel Prize in medicine has been given for microRNA. Nobel Prize in physics has been given for machine learning and artificial neural network. And for chemistry, it has been given in protein design. So these three things are there. We will try to understand these concepts, and then we will also see these people, that who are those people who have got this Nobel Prize. Okay. So first, let us try to understand the concept behind these different things. Okay. First, let us start with bio or medicine. See, one more thing, like we will also discuss about this Nobel Prize in economics also, which is going to be announced later. And then of course we will also talk about Nobel Prize with respect to peace. And why, when we are talking about this Nobel Prize in peace and this economics, we will also talk about this Nobel Prize committee, how the Nobel Prize are decided and everything. So let it be over, and then we will discuss about this Nobel Prize also, that how the Nobel Peace Prize or other things are different, or different Nobel Prize, how they are different. We will try to understand that also. Yeah. Now first start with bio or medicine. Here we have seen that microRNA, it has backed this, or for this understanding or for this discovery or for this hypothesis or understanding about this microRNA, we have seen that Nobel Prize was given. Okay. So that is one thing. We will see the names also, but let us try to understand what is microRNA first. Now, you know that if we are talking about cell, in the cell we have one thing called as nucleus. In the nucleus, we have one thing called as DNA. This DNA is called as brain of cell. In the cell, we have got the nucleus, and in nucleus we have got the DNA. This DNA is called as brain of the cell. This nucleus directs each and every activity in the cell. Suppose that if there is a need to make a protein in the cell, the DNA will work for it. How it will work? Suppose we have a situation. Requirement of protein. We have a situation where there is a requirement of protein. So what will happen? DNA, it will make a messenger RNA. It will make a messenger RNA. This process, it is called as transcription. This process here is called as transcription. Transcription. So there is a requirement of protein, and for that this DNA in the nucleus has created a RNA. That RNA is called as mRNA or messenger RNA. It is basically an instruction, it is basically a code which says that we want a particular type of protein to be manufactured in the cell. So that is one thing which is done by DNA. It has created a RNA, messenger RNA. This messenger RNA, it will go to ribosome. It will go to ribosome. Okay. Why? This ribosome will do protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. You will find that there are other RNAs also which has a role in there. Like there is one thing called as transfer RNA or rRNA, ribosomal RNA. So they have also that role. They also play that role in production. But we don't have to go in bio for this. We have to simply understand that mRNA comes here in ribosome. In ribosome for protein synthesis. So what is the role of microRNA in this? Role of microRNA. Role of microRNA. It will do two things. It will do two things. Expression of gene. Expression of gene and silencing of gene. See, try to understand here that what does these terms mean. Suppose we have got a microRNA. MicroRNA is basically a portion of the RNA. It is basically a very small fragment of RNA. A very small fragment of RNA. A very small portion or piece of RNA. Around 18 to 20 nucleotides. Means it is a very small structure. 18 to 20 nucleotides means 18 to 20 bonds of amino acids. So it is a very small RNA. Now this microRNA, it is going to help in two things. One is expression of the gene. Second is silencing of the gene. What does the expression of gene means here? Suppose here there was a requirement of protein X. There was a requirement of protein X. So that is the requirement. Expression of gene here means it will help in production of a specific type of the protein. Okay. It will help in production. Help in production of a specific type of protein. Okay. Expression of genes means DNA has made this RNA. DNA has created this RNA, messenger RNA. There was a code that we need a particular type of protein. We need a particular type of protein. So microRNA, what it will do, it will start expression of that gene. That okay, now your time has come. Means DNA has instructed from here. Now this is the monitor here. This is the class monitor here. It will go and say that now you have to start making this specific type of protein inside the body. Means now you have to do the work for which you have been created. You might have heard about that story of Hanumanji also, that he has to be reminded about something, that this is your power, this is your ambit. Okay. So this microRNA is basically reminding that yes, you have to create this RNA. Sorry, you have to create this protein or you have to do this activity. So microRNA is helping in realizing the goal for which messenger RNA was created. And once that protein has been manufactured, once the work has been done, there is another part which is silencing of the gene. Means stop the working of gene. Stop the working of gene. That is also the role of this microRNA. So again I am explaining it. We have got one thing called as cell. Under the cell we have nucleus. Nucleus contains DNA. It is the brain of the cell. Now there is a situation which requires synthesis of a protein X. In that scenario, what will happen that DNA is going to create a messenger RNA. DNA is going to create a messenger RNA. This messenger RNA is nothing but a code. It is a code. So that code will reach to ribosome. That ribosome, now it has to do the work of protein synthesis. But how the work will start? The work will start with the help of microRNA. This microRNA will help in two things: expression of the gene or silencing of the gene. Expression of the gene means it will help in production of a specific type of protein, because here the requirement was you have to make a protein. So we have understood via this example, we have tried to understand via this example that what will be the role of this microRNA. It will help in expression of a particular type of gene, and once the work has been done, it will help in silencing the gene. Means now we have to stop the production. Now I have to stop doing a particular work. So that is the role of microRNA in the body. Means it is the activator and the deactivator. It will activate a gene, it will deactivate a gene. That is the role of microRNA. It helps in expressing a particular gene or silencing a particular gene. I hope it is clear what is microRNA. I hope it is clear what is this microRNA now. Is this clear to everyone? Okay. So now try to relate it from here. If any person is having a particular disease, if anyone is having a particular disease or any deficiency or any such challenge, it happens due to genes. It happens due to genes. And microRNA has the ability to express a particular type of gene, or it can also silence a particular type of gene. So if we go for the study of microRNA, it tells us that what part of our DNA is responsible for a particular disease, or what part of it can help in reducing a disease or aggravating a disease. So microRNA is responsible for all the expression of genes, or even silencing of the genes. So a study of microRNA can help us to understand the functions of various part of or various genes in the body, how they affect us, how they affect the development, how they affect the disease, how they help in growth or development of body. All these things can be done via this microRNA. Okay. So from here, just remember this part. It helps in expression of the gene or silencing of the gene. And various diseases in our body, even the hereditary diseases, are due to expression or silencing of a gene. And if microRNA can be controlled, or microRNA could be understood, then we can control the type of diseases in body or its remedy as well. Okay. Means microRNA reminds mRNA to instruct ribosome to produce protein. And not only this it decodes the mRNA. Or it expresses a particular gene of mRNA for production of the particular protein in ribosome, or even silencing it. I hope it is clear now. So that is first prize of bio or medicine. Second part, Nobel Prize in chemistry. No, Nobel Prize in physics. Nobel Prize in physics. It has been provided for two things: machine learning and artificial. It has been provided for two things: machine learning and artificial neural network. So there are two things here: artificial neural network and machine learning. So let us try to understand them. What is this artificial neural network? ANN. Like, you do understand that in our brain, there are certain things called as neuron. If we talk about human brain contains neuron cells. These neuron cells, if you look at them, they have the ability to process, store, and even transmission of information. In our brain, what we see that there are neuron cells, and these neuron cells, they are helpful in processing, storing, or transmission of the information. All the informations which we process, or analyze, or everything, that is done via the help of neuron cells. Suppose if you are watching the class right now, in the class you might be seeing me also, like my image would be there in the in your tab or your laptop or mobile phones. So you might be getting that what type of shirt or what type of clothes I am wearing. You might also see the different things which are written here on the board. You will also be listening to the words which I am saying, and you will be trying to process it in your mind. You will try to save it in your mind. So all these things are being done with the help of neuron cells. When you are processing all these information, your neuron cells are working continuously. So we have a neuron cell in our brain which help to process, store, or even transmit all these information. Now a similar network was created which was called as artificial neural network. So it is mimicking the human neuron cells. How it will mimic? It will try to process, store, and express different information. It will learn from the past. So this is actually a structure. Artificial neural network is created as a structure which is just trying to mimic. It is trying to mimic the human neuron cells. It is a structure like this. Let me show you in a graphical manner also here. Let me show you in a graphical manner here also. Like it is like a collection of these nodes. It is a collection of these nodes that they are collected. They are like connected with each other. Various type of nodes which are connected via each other, and they are trying to mimic the human brain. The neuron cells Similarly, they will have different nodes, different nodes which will be trying to capture the information, process the information, store the information, and express it, or even like analyze it and give some output. So this is like a structure which is trying to mimic, the human intelligence, and this is called as artificial neural network. From the name itself, it is clear. It is a neural network. It is a network of neural system. Like we have neuron. So similarly here we have got an artificial neural network which is just trying to mimic the working of neural system of humans. So that is one part. What is artificial neural network? Second thing is what is this machine learning? We have seen ANN is basically a network which is mimicking. It is trying to mimic the human brain. So what then is machine learning? What then is machine learning? What then is machine learning? Machine learning is a process. It is a process. Machine learning is a process. So it is using the artificial neural networks, or on the basis of it, it is a process by which a system is trying to improve. A process by which a system is trying to improve itself. A system is trying to improve itself. By continuous learning and observation. Means it is not committing the same mistake again and again. It is not committing the same mistake again and again. If you have any such AI software or any such chat GPT like models or anything, so once it has committed a mistake and you tell that this is a mistake on your end, next time it is not going to replicate the same mistake. It will learn from your instruction, it will learn from your training that it doesn't have to make the same mistake next time. So next time if you ask the same question, now it will get a refined answer. So this is what we call as machine learning, that the machine is trying to learn according to or as the humans. Like we learn from our mistakes. We all learn from our mistakes. Sometimes we do mistakes, we learn from them. While reading, while writing something, while solving the equations, we do mistakes and we don't repeat it again. So same thing is being done by the machines, that they have done some mistake, they learn from it, they rectify that mistake by their own. Means you don't have to give, it's like you don't have to tell it that you are doing the mistake again and again. It will learn once and then it will not make the mistake again. So it learns from mistakes and automatically rectifies it. It automatically rectifies it. You don't have to change anything in its process. So this is what is called as machine learning. Machine learning is a process. An artificial neural network is a network of different nodes which is mimicking the human brain. These two are the foundation. These two are the foundation of artificial intelligence which we witness in the present times. They are the foundation for the artificial intelligence in the present times. So I hope these two things are also clear. What is artificial neural network and machine learning? I hope these two things are also clear. Okay. Now the third thing, Nobel Prize in chemistry. See, if we talk about chemistry, Nobel Prize in chemistry has been provided for two things. Okay. First is for prediction of protein models or protein structure. For prediction of protein structure. So this is also related with AI. There is a software called as AlphaFold 2. There is a structure called as AlphaFold 2. So this is a AI model or AI software, AI based software. And this AlphaFold 2 can predict the protein structures of almost all the proteins. Okay, it can predict the structure of, it can predict the structure of all proteins. Okay, it can all know many proteins, not all, of millions of proteins. Millions of proteins. So this is one part which can help us in understanding the structure of different type of proteins. Now the thing is, why we are doing it, like why we are predicting this complex structure of protein, why we are doing it. See, when we are talking about proteins, let us see one more part of it, like we will come to this page again. Protein role in living organism. If we talk about this protein, what is the role of the protein in the living organism? Now you all might have seen this basic term that protein is something which helps us. Protein is basically something which helps in muscle development or body development. But do understand one thing. Protein is one such thing in our body which is basically responsible for almost all the activities of the body. Almost all the activities of the body, they are being done by some form of protein. Even our enzymes which are there, the hormones which are there, they are also some form of protein only. Okay. So protein is responsible for growth and development. Growth and development. Protein is responsible for cell division. Protein is responsible for fighting against diseases. Protein is responsible for immunity building. Protein is responsible for gene expression or for genetic material, formation or duplication. So in all these things and many more, plus many more. Let me give you an idea. If you have a pain, in the body, it is due to a protein. If you get relief from that pain, that is also due to protein. If you have a disease or if you have an infection, that might have been caused due to a protein used by a bacteria or a virus or anything. And if you are getting rid of that disease, if you are killing that bacteria or if you are limiting that virus, that will also be done via a protein. If a cell is dying, they will use protein. If a cell is growing, they will use protein. If a cell is dividing, they will use protein. If a cell is attacking against any other cell, they will use protein. So protein is basically life, or you can say that protein is basically all the part of our body. Protein is not just there for muscle development or bones or anything. Protein is for each and every part. Each and everything in our body is regulated via protein. So all these things are done via protein, and that's why they have given the Nobel Prize for predicting the structure of millions of proteins. Predicting the structure of millions of proteins. So that is why they have been given this Nobel Prize. Okay. Now, that is one part. Second part was for computation of new designs of protein. Second part was for computation of new design of protein. Okay. So see, there again there was use of bespoke software. Okay. So they have got like a they have got a new software which is called as bespoke software. This is a name. Bespoke is a name. This is a name. So they have got a software, bespoke software. It has helped in designs of developing designs of new proteins. So you can imagine from here that this can help in making designer proteins. Means we can make proteins as per our requirement. We know that human body, it works on the basis of protein. So we can have designing of new proteins according to our wish. That is why it is very much important. So like David Becker was the one who was responsible for this. His name is, yes, David Becker, who is responsible for this. And then Demis Hassabis and John M. Jumper, he is responsible for prediction of protein structure. Okay. So these two gentlemen, I will show you the image also. Okay. David Becker, okay, so he is the one responsible behind the software, bespoke software for creating of new protein design. And these two gentlemen, Demis Hassabis and John M. Jumper, they are responsible for protein structure like a prediction. They are responsible for AlphaFold 2, and this gentleman, David Becker, he is responsible for this bespoke software for new designs of protein. Okay, so these three, no, understand one thing. One thing is Demis Hassabis and John M. Jumper, they are predicting the structure. So they are predicting the structure of proteins which are already existing. David Becker, he has helped to design a new protein. So there are two parts. One is prediction of the structure, second is a new protein itself. So these two gentlemen, Demis Hassabis and John M. Jumper, they have helped in prediction of a structure which was already existing. Means protein were already there, we were just predicting the structure. And here David Becker, his software, bespoke software, this is also creating new design for computational protein design, means for designing new type of proteins, artificial proteins or designer proteins. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now in physics also you might see this. Where is physics people? Okay. So see, in physics we have got these two people, John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton. John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton. They have been given this Nobel Prize in Physics for artificial neural network and also machine learning. So these two gentlemen has got it for artificial neural network and machine learning. Okay. Then we have got again three persons in medicine. Also. Okay. medicine people are missing here? See, I don't have the photo of Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun. Okay, Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun. So they too have been given this Nobel Prize in medicine. Okay, to see their name, write it along with the where we have written this Nobel Prize in physics, chemistry, and medicine. Try to write their name also. It's not that they ask the names, but if you are remembering them, it may be good for exam. Okay, sometimes if they ask you, you might have the name. If you read the name 1-2 times or 5 times, if you see that name multiple times, that may help you to remember them, memorize them. Okay, so add them for your convenience by yourself. Okay, so add their name by yourself in the notes. That is your responsibility. Okay.